Hello, I am David Lord from A&A Vacuum in Mobile, Alabama. We service and sell every type of vacuum. I've been working on it my whole life. It's a 3-generation family business. And while we have an ad in the paper each week, we also do a show on Ask the Expert, WNTM 710. When people call in or they come in, what they really want is the best vacuum they can get for the money. And me having 7 children and 4 pets, I know something about how to work with a budget. And that is my job. It's to show you the best vacuum for the best price. And then we do something the big box stores can't do. We back it up and service it ourselves. If there is a warranty issue, we handle it right here. We handle it for free. Most important, I want you to know our price beats Walmart's every day, because that's what we have to do. We have to be better than they are. Now, when people come in looking for vacuums, one of the things I tell them when they're shopping for a vacuum is to break up vacuums into 2 categories: steel motor vacuums, plastic motor vacuums. Now, I hate to use the word lie, so we'll have to make up any word we can use to describe what manufacturers do to you consumers every day. They want you to look at vacuums and they want you to see lights and flashing things and fancy words on the machine and fancy numbers, like this one says 15.0. Now, what does that mean? And I'm going to show you how to cut through all of that and look at vacuums easily so you know what you're talking about. Now, we did have a couple of people fly down in our audience today. One is Rocky Balboa and his trainer Mick. Rocky, how you doing?
Yo, I'm doing real good, but I'm standing out of the way because, Mickey told me I got a face for radio.
Well, that's true. I saw your last movie, and that would be true. Mick, is he going to be ready for this?
Well, I don't know about that. He ain't too much good at nothing but fighting. I don't know if I'd get him up on a vacuum cleaner, nothing like that.
No, we definitely don't want that. Now, I'm going to show you. When I say things like, what is a plastic motor vacuum, it sounds so strange to say that. When customers hear that, they go, they make a motor out of plastic? So let's take a big name, the Hoover name. Now, first, it's important to know, Hoover was bought out by Dirt Devil. So when you buy something that says Hoover on it, they don't tell you that it's a Dirt Devil product. And that's, again, one of the things manufacturers do, because their job is to make a profit every quarter, and nothing else matters other than that. Now, as I start to show you, break this vacuum down and show you what a plastic motor is, I'm going to use a tool I use often to work on vacuums and fix them. And it's the, no, that's the wrong thing. We can't use that. Tell you what, let's use our screwdriver. Yes, that will be most helpful. Now, the first thing I tell people to do when they're looking at vacuums, let's say you're at a big box store like a Walmart. The first thing I want you to do is tilt the vacuum back, because you're not going to be able to plug them in. You're not going to be able to cut them on. So we've got to look for things that would tell you quickly what they won't tell you. And the first one is the beater bar. On good vacuums, they will be made of wood or steel. And the reason is, the faster these things spin, the better you clean your carpet. Well, if it's made of plastic, you're going to wrap string and hair around it. That's what every vacuum cleaner does when you run the machine. And as hair wraps around it, it binds it and it melts it. So people get a vacuum that may have cost $150, and in less than a year, they're replacing it, because this plastic beater brush will melt on you. Now, if I take my tools and I use them correctly, which I can't always promise that I do.
They want you to just punch it if it don't work right.
Mick, shut him up. Okay, now we got this, and then we'll take they use some very heavy-duty screws to put this in place, because, manufacturers are always worried about making good product at a fair price. Okay, no, that's entirely not true. So let's get to that. We've got this off, and this is your belt. And this is what I talk about. That is your wonderful brush roll made in China by Chinese people in plastic. When you wrap string and hair around this, you'll be throwing this away. Yeah, just like that. Okay, the next thing we want to do is take the screw out here and get the top half of this vacuum off. And the way that'll work is you'll pull this up here. And again, Hoover. Who is Hoover made by? Mick?
I think that's by Dirt Devil.
That is correct. Okay, now we go and take the motor mount out. We repair a lot of these, and people will say, what in the heck is a motor mount? It keeps the motor in place so that it can do what it's supposed to do. Spin properly, run the belt, and spin the brush roll. Now, again, you gotta love it. This manufacturer used the best of the best. Wonderful plastic to hold that motor in place. Now, motors also work on the same principle. The faster it spins, the more suction it produces. When it spins fast, it creates heat. As you pick up dirt and hold it in a bag, it has to work harder to pick up more and keep putting it into the bag or the bagless chamber. When you have plastic motor mounts, you're guaranteed limited life because these will melt as the motor gets hot. Folks, that is your motor. That's it right there. Probably it's a step above a mouse chasing a piece of cheese, but this is pure plastic. Now, my problem with this is not that they make a plastic motor vacuum. If you buy a vacuum for $49 and it's a Bissell, expect it to be plastic, expect to throw it away in a year. There's nothing wrong with that purchase. My argument, my problem is that you go out and spend $150, $250, and if you'll go to that big box store, whether it's Best Buy or anything, don't worry about the salesperson. They've never worked on a vacuum. Flip it upside down, start there. Let's see what it's like underneath and see if it's made of plastic. Now, as we go further into this wonderful motor, and you take the screws out, which I will say, metal screws, that's pretty good. That's 3 cents. Well, you pull this off, and here is probably the biggest repair that we get on every single vacuum, and that is a fan. This fan, just like you think a fan would be, spins fast, 3,000 times a minute. Everything you pick up has to go through here to get up and go into the machine. A paper clip, a penny, hard dog food. Anything hard will hit these blades and shatter them or melt them. Worse, sometimes it's spinning so fast it'll bust the fan and shoot out through the housing. That means you throw that vacuum in the garbage. Now, what does that mean for you? If you go to your closet right now and you flip your vacuum back and it hasn't been good for some time and you see that it's all plastic underneath, that is a good sign to come down to my store. Bring that vacuum. We'll use it as a trade-in. And every machine I have in my store will be cheaper, plus you'll get a percentage off for trading in that machine. Let's get away from the plastic, Chinese-made products, and let's get to American-made products with steel underneath. Thank you so much.